very well. Let me build on what all the speakers have said so far and provide my thoughts on with a different vantage point. I break this down into three parts. One, how I see the growth in India happen. The second would be what is the opportunity, especially for telecom operators in this country with that growth happening. And last part is what would it take for the growth to accelerate. And when you look at the growth in India, the growth in India would be disruption-led and what we call non-linear. You have already seen that. You have seen that more recently in 4G. What happened? You have seen that happening right now in content and how the OTT players are shaping the country. You are a little far back, you have seen that in digital payments as well. So when you look at disruption-led growth and when you look at India in 2030, it comes to number 2 or number 3 in terms of GDP. I believe that growth is going to happen out of disruption. And the reason for that disruption is twofold, in my opinion. Number one is you have challenges or high friction industries to solve problems for. And whether it's network or whether it's e-commerce, as a case in point, are great examples where friction existed. For example, even as a PC company, PC is 50% of our portfolio, we used to do business in top 30, top 40, top 50 cities in the country. But when e-commerce came, and we're starting to see that right now, we can actually get into depth of the country. 90+% of the pin codes are accessible on e-commerce because you're solving a need. So first step is it solves a need. And the second is just the desire and the entrepreneurial ability, which Gopal also talked about, for addressing the need in very unique ways. And every segment that I talked about on disruptive ways reflects that. And when you look at fast forward in the future, everything that the government is done and doing in terms of setting up the digital infrastructure, whether it's digital IDs, whether it's GSTN, whether it is several other initiatives like smart cities, we are in a much better position than most parts of the world. And the reason why I say that is that digital infrastructure will be used by companies to build on top of. And hence, the pace of disruption is only going to increase. It is not going to abate. So when you look at that disruptive state of India, one can argue there are few customers or operators who would lead that disruption in terms of service providers. I think telecom service providers in this country have a tremendous opportunity to do that. And the reason why I say that is across all the people in the audience, how many people send you bills? Besides utility companies, the only type of service provider that sends consumers or businesses bills are telecom operators. And telecom operators know their customers and businesses really well, more than any other segment of customers. And that's why I believe that disruption, telecom operators have a big role to play. And given it's a young country, and the telecom infrastructure and overall infrastructure is improved dramatically, I feel most of these business models that would get innovated upon would be as a service, and hence also the reason why telecom operators would be in a great position to lead it. Now the last part of the conversation is what would it take? And in my opinion, and yesterday and today you would have heard a variety of speakers talk about it, I think what it would take for the telecom operators to lead this disruption would be having an IT mentality or an IT approach to it. Because cloud would be the service delivery, the most accepted service delivery model. And it needs to go from fixed function to open standards-based architecture. And as long as you do that and do that in a fast manner, you divide or provide the lowest cost service delivery to your consumers across different verticals, and then you disrupt no matter what. So in that scheme of things, I do think if 5G is the next step forward, it would demand intelligence in every piece because so much data coming in. You need intelligence in the data center. You would need intelligence in the core network, and you would need intelligence and the edge, because you physically will not be able to compute and analyze data fast enough because there is so much data coming in. And that's the reason why the evolution of 5G is not a question of whether it's going to happen in the country or not. The question is, when can that happen? And the only yardstick would be, can we lead that disruption? And that disruption, using the intelligence end-to-end, can absolutely be driven by telecom operators. And the last I would close with is, what role will Intel play or has been playing in this disruption? Our commitment to India is 21 years now. Last year we completed 20 years. And in those 20 years, we have built the largest design center out of India, apart from US, which is the second largest design center globally, which is a testament to the talent that we have. And our commitment always has been to use that talent and capability towards leading the ecosystem towards raising all boats for India. So the work we do on entrepreneurship, the work we do on talent development, ideation in the industry is a great example of that. The work we do with ecosystem and government to create standards and scale technologies is another example of it. And most importantly, the products and technologies and innovation that we bring to bear so that the network can be transformed to open standard space and hence really agile, really scalable, which the telecom operators can use as a building block to really shape the journey on transformation. So that's what.
Thank you very much.